Jackson Podcast.
You know, I was supposed to react to Gunna album this previous week when it released, but man, I had so much going on that, I couldn't react to it. I didn't react to JID album also, man, but I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up to it, man. I'm going to catch up to it. I know Joey Badass about to drop. BG about to create a deluxe. Ghostface about to drop. Music is dropping right now at the end of summertime, man. It's dropping fast. And, this ain't my job or whatever. I create content for the love of it. I talk about hip-hop for the love of it, to be honest with you. But one thing that I want to talk about on this, and I want to play a few of the Gunna records also, just to check it out, some of the standout records that got the most streams on Apple Music. But something came across, my algorithm on YouTube. People always talking about Gunna snitching in court and him saying, yes, ma'am, and this and that. And it's actually starting to bother me because is there really morals and integrity in hip hop? To be honest with you, is it really morals and integrity in the street? A lot of people claim that they're going to hold it down, that they keeping it real. They a real nigga and all of this. But then when the consequences and the circumstances come, things change. So I'm going to play this clip of Fat Joe and Jada on their podcast talking. Jada Kiss, he said, man, go ahead and say who you talking about, Joe, because Joe was actually beating around the bush. And, it's just an interesting topic. I always talk about snitching and snitch culture and stop snitching on my channel. So we're just going to further the discussion right here.
Well, we KAR, but that's a whole, now you almost could throw the flag. But my thing is now, you got some guys that are the hottest guys in the game, rats. Like, I get a phone call from somebody, he says, yo, man, you got to check this album out. Ever since ever since I assumed you a rat, your people ain't fucking with you no more, I'm not listening. I'm off you, no matter what you do. And I get on the plane and they fuck me. I listened to this album. This album was so good. I was so guilty of this shit. I listened to this album. I said, shit.
Didn't know you talking about Gunna.
I'm not saying throw the flag. Throw the flag. Now you got a flag.
About.
You got a flag. You have a flag. Because we said we wasn't mentioning names like that.
But you just said all of that and what?
All I said the album was fire. There's a million rats
out there. Shout that you like his album.
Nah.
And you just said you liked it. You just said you enjoyed it. And then said, nah.
No. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is...
You just said it.
So where is... We don't care no more in hip-hop? You can rap? No, I'm asking.
You can't rap.
But what if you do? You got the #1 album? You got 2 million people on your live? You're this and that. What the fuck is going on Earth? And Gunna ain't right. He just said the gun in the car wasn't his. There's only one other person in the car with him.
What?
You get that on the way home. This is crazy out here.
Shit.
Michael tells him, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. Let me try to lighten this shit up a little.
Please do, because
you know what's interesting about this in our reality, like music, sports, entertainment in general, movies in general. I look at it like this. Can you separate the art from the person? Because why are we invested in liking these people anyway, thinking that they are people with morals and integrity and people to look up to? Even Fat Joe and Jada Kiss, even me, don't look up to me as your hero. I'm me. I'm expressing how I feel, my life circumstances, my experiences on podcasts and records. Don't hold me accountable for nothing. Can you separate the creativity from the person? R. Kelly is a prime example of that. One of the greatest singers to ever do it. a lot of people don't like Michael Jordan. They talk about how he don't invest back into the community and he's making these billions and this and that and he's an asshole. That's what they say. We see what P. Diddy is going through. People been talking bad about Diddy for years, but musically and business-wise, he's one of the greats. You can't take that away from him. But let's get into this ratting conversation because he said, does hip-hop care anymore? And I'm going to tell you like this, no. No. Nobody cares no more because people are too concerned about themselves. Once you have people so concerned about themselves and so focused on self that at the end of the day, they can't be, worried about what nobody thinks about them. I commend Gunna actually for some of the things that he's done since he's been released from Fulton County. Jumped right back out, got healthy. Been working out, showing himself working out. Ain't said nothing about the situation. Ain't spoke negatively about Young Thug yet. Young Thug is going the opposite route. Talking on Twitter, tweeting, giving us a whole totally different perspective of who he is. He's starting to turn into Meek Mill with these tweets and all of this old type of stuff. It's I commend Gunna on what he's done. And people will say, Trev, you vouching for a rat. When I was in the streets, I cared. I was a person that lost it all based upon not telling and not being a confidential informant. And I realized nobody gave a shit. At the end of the day, nobody cares. Everybody is solely thinking about themselves. So can you rat Fat Joe? It's over. It's over for that. Hip hop ain't the place where you see people standing with each other, unified. It's just that's just not what it is. Now, I want to play one of the records off of Gunna's album, the last one. See, what everybody's talking about. Is it really fire? Because I didn't get a chance to react to it. So let's get into one of these tracks. Just say that. Let's go.
Yeah. About to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Yeah. Fucking this bitch with that latex. Nigga ain't trim, I know this bitch on the limb. Charge of the Amex. Wait till it's him, I wanna catch it on film. Call it the payback. H.I. nigga, I'm him. Go on a $1 creme. Chocolate, baby, get Tim. I salute, you give a thrill. Running up, I need more revenue. Know when they head of you, stack up your M's. Another spot and I own if you go to my kid when I'm riding the wheel. I'm working out at the Patriot Stadium gym. I done got rich off my alias. They come and pay me and they know the drill. Working on my little lady friend, getting Mercedes-Benz, came out this year. And I got an AMG chauffeur that's paid for the year. I'm about to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Half a ticket all in, just say it, I handle the biz. I speed on the block, 25 black on black Maybach, a whole nother bin. I flooded with rocks, BS and carrots and pointers on both of her wrists. Big bird in the sky, by the land back in Skyami, we pushing again. No more clash, I see you playing, we checking your chin. 650 came with the chauffeur, you can't hear the motor when I'm pulling in. I got that chip on my shoulder, I told you it's over and blew like the wind. Pink slip on the one on it, I don't owe Benz. Yeah. I'm about to drop it, they go with the Maybach. Ain't no more warnings, I'm telling you, stay back. All that loose talking, they come and relay that. I know the singles is getting outdated. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. You wanna feature that nigga, just say that. Yeah. You gon' forever be mine. You gon' forever be mine. She know I'm one of a kind. She don't see none of these guys. She know I don't do no womanizing. I stroke her and give her a massage. I push her and tell her to strive. What's found on my letter recline. She said you forever be mine. You won't chill or tee up. Bring me them guns, get them beat up. Slow it down, baby, we ain't gotta rush. Unless you want me to speed up. Hit like a clutch, put some speed on it. Open it, lick it, and spit on it. You counting on me, you can bet on it. We finna go stream with the bet on it. She said she don't care if it's sweat on it. She wash it and clean and take care of it. It's cover, you know I took care of it. In public, she cover like Arabics. It's money forever inherited. She know I'm one of a kind. She don't see none of the guys. She know I don't do no womanizing. I stroke her and give her a massage. I push her and tell her to strive. Rose found on my letter recline. She said you forever be mine.
Said you forever be mine. Baby, now you be my type. I'ma get show me the same. Said you forever be mine. Swim in your ocean. Baby, get come with the motion. They make me lose my composure. My lady, one of a kind. I did with you. My lady, one of a kind. Chasing the money, and now you did. Back on my mind, no more. I did with you. My lady, one of a kind. She don't see none of you guys. She know I'm one of a kind. Yeah.
She know I'm one of a kind.
Yeah.
She don't see none of the guys.
Yeah.
She know I don't do no womanizing. Stroke her and give her a massage. I push her and tell her to strive. Rose found on my letter recline. She said you forever be mine.
Run that back turbo. Overseas in Europe, I hit Zurich, bought a watch. Kicking up my peers, my influence worth a lot. Bought my bitch the yours, that I skirt to that drop. Barely see my jewelry, but she blurry at the top. Kicking it at the top. T.O.P. I'm up. Eyes on me like pop. Push whenever I walk, can't touch me, I'm too hot. Hundreds inside of a vault, her mans is covered in crop. Alligator a crop. Human land, no telling. Young gon' want for president. Let my hoe go present. Counting up, stacking these presidents. Know this shit get treasures. Wake up, taking these chances. Businessman, I barely drive. I bought me 2 new caddies. Got acres, I can sell your land. Costing at least 2 paddocks. LS stay behind the gate. Don't let them know my attic. Pretty face from around the way. Come play, I do her nasty. Plain Jane, I ain't flashy. Gucci shorts, they khaki. Fucking this little accountant, bitch, she helped me load my taxes. Young gon' want a trend set up and crop and chop my jackets. Caviar, the Riviera, in France, they stuff my passes. Overseas in Europe, I hit Zurich, bought a watch. Kicking up my peers, my influence worth a lot. Bought my bitch the yours, that I skirt to that drop. Barely see my jewelry, but she blurry at the top. Kicking it at the top. T.O.P. I'm up. Eyes on me like pop. Push whenever I walk, can't touch me, I'm too hot. Hundreds inside of a vault, her mans is covered in crop. Rockstar grab my crotch. Rico and high tops. I go in Miami, Kawasaki with 2 thoughts. She fuck with the top. Cashed out, ice me yacht. Burned out niggas chop. I did this shit for granny. Look down my wrist, it's a Grammy. Princess like Diana, introduce her to my family. Flower, she my dandy, but don't cuff her, not at all. I ain't going at all. I took off the brain and told on them all.
I'm rooting for Offset, man. I'm rooting for this album to be a phenomenal album because the Migos legacy got to continue on. Quavo doing this thing, I enjoyed him on the Futuristic Summer album by Metro Boomin, but I want to give Gunna some props. 3 albums since he's been released in 2 years. The sound is consistent. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's consistent. It's something that it's interesting that he can get away with no versatility and it still be hot. But no disrespect to Baby and Thug though, but that integrity in the streets type stuff, y'all gotta let that go. The streets is over with, dog. I know people are living and dying by the street code and keeping it real and all of that, but it's over with, dog. Ain't no honor amongst thieves at all.
Too gangster.
Let me tell you something.
You said you liked the album. That's part 2.
Should
It's a good album. It's a good album.
The album is good.
But you feel bad listening to it?
Yeah, I'm a different. I had a friend. one of my best friends, one of the funniest guys in the world. Like, you would laugh all day. He would make you laugh all day. One of my best friends. And he kept hustling. And I'm Fat Joe the rapper. And I say, yo, bro, let me buy you a boat. Like I said, I don't let people take advantage of me. But I begged him, let me buy you a bodega. Let me get you a fucking laundromat. Let me buy you something so you can get. He did the rich border. The streets love me. I'm this and that. He's talking all this shit. He gets snatched up by the feds. Right? Like, damn. One night, I'm in Washington Heights. We have a dinner after the club. You know how you go to the spot after the club and eat? And Dominican dude jumps up and goes, yo, your friend telling the Dominicans, your friend, in the middle of a restaurant in Washington Heights. And I'm sitting there. And I look at him, I knew exactly what he was talking about. So he told me the name. I said, Papi, I don't sell drugs. You never see me around this. Don't do this ever again to me. You talking to the wrong guy. I don't sell drugs. I rap. This is that. And I'll punch you in your face next time you do some shit like that. Straight up, right? Calmed him down. His crew grabbed him. But he had a point, valid point. You hanging out with niggas talking about you ain't with the rats, this, that. The nigga ran. He comes home from jail. And they sending me messages like, yo, this nigga ain't even got a jacket. It's cold. It's this, that. I never went to see this guy one time in my life after he ratted because he violated the code.
You know, Troy Ave has put this saying out to the world that I have to agree with. The streets is a myth. The code is a myth. The unification and the loyalty is a myth. I love the analogy he used of Rich Porter. The streets love me. You know, the streets love you when everything is all good, but when the circumstances come, it's over. It's over, man. Ain't no loyalty in that shit, man. Do you? If you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you in the streets right now, you listening to my podcast, man, you better remove yourself, dog. Remove yourself, dog. It's a better life on that other side. That's all I can say. Real talk. Snitching been around before you was alive. Snitching was created, I think, around the COINTELPRO era. I don't know when it was created. It might be before that. It might have been in the 1920s or something with the Italian mobsters or something. Help me out in the comment section. Tell me when y'all think snitching was created and why it was created. And why it is accepted by the U.S. government as a way for a person to be able to remove themselves from their circumstances. Thank y'all for tuning in to my show. I'm done. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. And I'm gone. Chip.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.